everyone, welcome back again to my channel. Today we're doing a highly requested build, which is a Disney themed build. I actually really struggled to find something that hadn't been done already. There's so many brilliant creations out there by other simmers which are also Disney builds, so I suggest you look up theirs. Just type in Disney, you'll be able to find loads. But I don't think I've seen anyone do the Lost Boys Hangout, which is what I'm doing today. But this build actually requires a tutorial to place it. Some of you might already know how to place this lot, but I've left the tutorial at the end of the video just in case you don't know how to place a lot like this. But this isn't the actual lot, by the way. This is just, I guess this can be a residential or a community lot, but basically what this is just a place to get to where the lot is, because where we're going to have the lot is in the Sylvan Glade. So I've put the tree there, and the reason why I've made this lot for you is that if in the game you wanted to have a club or something, or have it as the residential or something like that, where your Sims would live or go to visit or like do events to, you had a lot that you could pick to do that. So that's why I've done this way, so that it's just like a rock pools and some plants and stuff, but the main focal point is the tree in the middle, and you can put that tree wherever you want to, and you can even use the one that's already in the game in Willow Creek, and it will work exactly the same. And it will all lead to the same lot wherever you go through the trees. You could have several trees. It could be in each of your Sims' back gardens. I don't know. But yeah, so this, you don't have to place this lot at all. And we'll get on to the actual build in a minute. So yeah, I just placed a few plants around, and I guess this is just kind of classic gardening for me. I just made some sort of landscape, and it isn't that exciting, but yeah, like I said, you can put anything you want to. But well, you'll see in a minute that the Sylvan Glade is actually it creates this really sort of heavy pink pigment on everything you place in that lot, and actually it'd be really awesome if you guys end up deciding after this video to make more Sylvan Glade lots. Then tag me in Twitter, because I'd love to see what you guys do. But yeah, so we're going on to the actual build of the treehouse now. And something I've noticed is when you try to build in here, there's already like a foundation, so you just have to raise up the foundation, change it to one of the flatter ones, and then put it back down and it'll be alright. But I'm going through and I'm trying to find one of these massive tree trunks, and then I'm stacking them on top of each other so it kind of looks a bit longer. But what I do is I actually cover it by these trees, as you can see here, and I move it up a little bit. As you'll see in the tutorial later, I include the cheat for the bb.moveobjects, so that this lot will work properly, and these items that are up above will look exactly the same as how I'm building them now. So I'm doing a little bit of the exterior now with some vines and some flowers and stuff like that, but we go back later and really sort of improve on this. I'm putting some of those sort of tree trunks, and I sort of disguise them slightly with the foliage later, but I thought it would kind of make it look like maybe they were the roots a little bit, because it looked a bit too man-made maybe, or I guess it kind of also looks like maybe the tree is actually growing on top of this little building thing. You could look at it that way too. So either way that you want to look at it, they could be the sort of roots going round and down over the building. But you'll see later on, I actually forget to put bathrooms in. I have to do it last second, so I actually like it just being the rectangles. I think it's sort of more simplistic and stuff like that, but I added on a shower and a bathroom, and I also put a bush outside that you can pee in if you want to. But yeah, this one, I think it includes quite a lot of packs. in the interior, just because I really wanted to make it really detailed and sort of covered in knickknacks and all sorts of different things. And there are a lot of different objects from a lot of different game packs that would work really, really well with this, so I wanted to use all of them. I have got a build coming up though, which will be just it will be base game and get together only, so watch out for that, because that's coming soon. But yeah, we're going on to sort of in a kitchen area here. I don't know whether they would have had a kitchen, but I think it's quite a nice thing to have, because you know your Sims need to cook and eat, so that's why I included it. And I thought that maybe if you follow the storyline and have Wendy here, she could do the cooking for all the boys, because I guess they saw her as kind of like a mum figure. But we put in some knickknacks on the walls. We put some vines crawling up the walls as well, behind the sink there. And we've got that globe, which I just put in. We've got all sorts of different things, which I'm sort of piling up over the walls. But yeah, I haven't seen the film in a very long time. And I know that I think the real life adaptation was quite different. And did they do one where Peter Pan grew up? I don't remember. And whether when he went back, I never seen that one, but I vaguely remember that was made. I do sing the songs to myself every now and again. Do you guys ever do that? Do you guys sing Disney songs still? I know quite a lot of the words of Disney songs, even though I haven't watched any of the films in quite a while. But yeah, so this is sort of a sitting area, and we're sort of doing some of these alien roots coming through the wall to make it look like real roots. But what I remember from it was I remember they had like a whole load of sort of passwords and contraptions and things like that to get into the thing, and then it was underground, and they had like roots coming through the ceiling and stuff like that. And then I remember Wendy would sit down and talk to all the boys and tell them stories and things like that. So that's what I remember. That's what I'm trying to sort of replicate here. We put in some like a bedroom downstairs, and this is kind of the living quarters, and where by the stairs there I actually end up putting a door to the shower room, I think. And then on the bottom floor I think I do a toilet room. Not 100% sure on that one, but yeah, they're just really, really simple. They're just like tiny little rooms, because this lot is actually really small. I think it's maybe 20 by 15. I'm not 100% sure. It might be even smaller than that. Who knows? But I try and put in as many beds as I can, because there's obviously the Lost Boys, and then there's Wendy, and then there's her brothers as well, and Peter Pan. So there's all of them. So I try and put in as many of the beds as I can, and I put in some chests that maybe they put their treasures in and their belongings, and it's all sort of bunched in together and a bit of a higgledy-piggledy sort of mess kind of, but I think that's how it would be. And I put up some sort of pictures that maybe were of their adventures or their times in the real world, not in Neverland. And I also put in some little lunch boxes and things like that. But yeah, and then we start putting in some banners with skull and crossbones on, because I thought that would be the perfect banner to have as their logo, because didn't they steal the ship and then raise a pirate flag? I don't know. My memory, I should have watched the film again. I haven't had the time though, unfortunately. But maybe if I'd watched the film again, I might have been able to give a little bit more accuracy with this treehouse than I am right now. But now we're going on to plants around the outside, and this is just making everything kind of blend in. So we're putting in some roots, and we'll put in some flowers and some shrubbery, and I mean, I put in this to make it kind of look pretty and kind of make it blend into the rest of the landscape that you put around. But you guys can take some of these flowers out and stuff like that and put in whatever sort of skill building items or whatever you want to. I put in these alien flowers that I use in the other lot, in the tree, and at first I thought it looked really cool having the flowers in there, but then what I did is I actually went into live mode and sort of saw it how it would be, and it looked like dandruff. It just looked like dandruff, and so I was like, I can't unsee this from my mind, so it has to go now. But if you guys want to put that back in, or use it in another build, it could be really cool. Maybe if the tree was smaller, so that it didn't look like... I don't know whether I sized up the tree, actually, thinking of it. I don't know. Maybe it will work in another build, though. And I think for that one, you do Control 9? Or is it the bracket key? Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, well. But what I found out is on the floor, when you try and put the any kind of sort of tonal pattern on the terrain, it goes really pink or really brown. So I was trying to put in green on the floor, and it was turning out like dark brown because of the pink hue on everything. So in the end, what I had to do is I had to softly put in some of the ones with flowers, and I kind of put that in to make it kind of blend in a little bit better. But yeah, so here we're putting in the tiny little bathroom, which is downstairs, and we put the sort of debug one, I think, that you can actually make, because I thought that worked pretty well. And then we put in a shower room here. Thinking back on it, possibly the shower room would have gone better upstairs. Downstairs. Here we're onto the tutorial though, and this is how you get into the lot. So you go up to the tree and you view it a few times, then you water it a few times, and I think discussing nature or complimenting it on its leaves or something like that will come up. Eventually, after you do all these interactions, there will be a option to travel to the Sylvan Glade. I'm just doing it now. I'm kind of showing you the lot, I guess, at the same time, so that you can kind of see what it looks like while we're waiting for Peter Pan to... I made Peter Pan when I was just for fun, just for this lot. Sometimes I like making the characters or certain sims that I think will go with the house when I'm doing screenshots and stuff, but I made the rest of them, so hopefully you'll see them in the screenshots after this. But we're traveling through to the glade now, and then what will happen is we'll get a whole load of options come up, and it's pretty much the first option every single time, as you'll see, and that will get you to the glade. And after you learn how to get through there, you don't have to learn again. So and also when you're there, you can invite sims to the glade. But what you're going to do in the cheats is Control Shift C, then testing cheats true, then bb.moveobjects on, and then bb.enablefreebuild. And that will allow you to place the lot from the gallery into this thing in build mode. But that is the end of the build. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.